Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the fire station from the show Fireman Sam. If you enjoyed this tutorial, all I ask is that you please hit that like button, as that really helps me out, and if you do, make it all the way to the end, share the video with a friend. Sharing is caring. Without any further ado, let's get started. To get started, we just have to cover a couple of things. Number one, these are all of the materials that you are going to be needing. So please make sure that you have access to all of these materials and the right amounts of them. Number two, this is the amount of space that you are going to need. A 37 block by a 55 block area. That's how much room you will need to make the fire station in its entirety. Please make sure that you do have enough room, and if you make this grid in your world, this is going to make your life a lot easier. Please pause the video if you have to, make sure that you have enough stuff, make sure that you've got your grid sorted out, you've got enough room, and once you are ready, we can begin. Okay, so step one, if you have made this grid in your world, you want to come down to the front left-hand corner. You want to, once located the corner, count to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then count inwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is where we are going to be starting. Place a birch plank and go right of it by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place a birch plank in front of this with a red concrete in front of that. Place 2 red concrete on top, go right by 2, and then down to the ground. I want you to place birch planks behind the block that hit the ground. Go backwards by 2, then place a birch plank to the right. Go up on top of that by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go right by 5 using blue concrete. Place 2 birch plank, 5 concrete, 2 planks, 5 concrete, then place a single birch plank and connect it down to the ground. I then want you to take the block that hit the ground and I want you to go right by 2. Place 2 block of quartz on top of that birch plank block. And then continue going right of the birch plank by an additional 2 planks. Place another 2 block of quartz on top. And then continue going right of the birch planks by 2. Then for a final time, place 2 block of quartz on top of the birch planks. And then extend right by 1 using a birch plank. I want you to extend this birch plank upwards by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should be 1 row higher than where we have built before. Extend the plank to the left, all the way to the left. Like this. I also want you to connect the 2 birch planks down to the ground that are in between the blue concretes. This is very important. I also want you to fill in this right side. In between all of the blocks of quartz and all of that fun stuff, we want it to be birch planks. Next step, we want to create the fire doors. What I mean by the fire doors, these are where the fire vehicles are kept, and these are how they would exit the building. We want to place red concrete behind each one of the 3 gaps that we have at the front of our fire station. The only thing is, we also want to have a black stained glass pane centered at the top middle part of the red door, one row down. So just about at the top, a single glass. We want to do this 3 times in total. We've of course done this once, however we want to do this 2 more times. And don't forget the glass, easy to find. Top middle part of the door, 1 row down, boom, that's where the glass goes. You'll find that this is actually consistent as well with the cartoon, if you could call it a cartoon. It's kind of like a claymation sort of thing. But I suppose it is at the very least animated. Once upon a time it wasn't. Back with the original, but everything changes. So this is what you want to have so far for the front of your firehouse. Now, once you have got that sorted out, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to grab the light blue concrete. Work your way all the way to the top left side of the fire station and place 8 blue concrete on top of this row of birch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go right by 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Go down 1. Right 2. Down 1. Right 2. Down 1. Right by 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I want you to connect downwards. Now, it isn't coincidental that that should connect all the way to the right door. There's a bit of detail to add to this particular part of the building. Come to the bottom left hand side, or the very first light blue block that you placed is a better way to say it. Go right of this by 3 using light blue. Place 2 red concrete on the last 2 blocks. Place 3 rows of glass on top. 1, 2, 3. Then red concrete on top of the glass. Just like that. Now, once you have done that, we are going to fill this entire area in using light blue concrete. This might take a little while. The fire station, the firehouse, whatever you want to call it, I guess it kind of depends what region of the world you're in, wants to be it's very large, and this part in particular just wants to otherwise be blue concrete. However, that's not where the detail ends. Once you have managed to do that, I want you to place a layer of light blue concrete on top of, or light grey concrete, I misspoke. You want to place light grey concrete on top of your light blue concrete like this, that connects together at the corners, and then you want the light grey to go over the side of the building by 2 rows. 1, 2, like that. So you've got a little bit of an overhang. It's kind of like a nice feature. You'll be able to see later. It's kind of cool. Now, once you have done that, we want to come all the way to the end, this right side, and we want to place, and this is where things get a little bit tricky, we want to place a quartz slab on top of this light grey concrete, and we want to place a quartz stairs to the next of it. But the part that it gets tricky is the fact that we want to follow this pattern along, like on top of this light grey, we want to place a quartz slab with a stair next to it. Quartz slab, stair next to it. Then we want to place quartz slabs coming all the way across on top. And the quartz slabs want to overhang a row, like that. We're then going to extend all of these blocks towards us by 1 row. So all of the slabs, all of the stairs want to overhang by a row. Just like that. And where things get a little bit tricky is we now want to add another row of stuff underneath here. The best way to do it is this. All you got to do is place upside down quartz stairs next to these stairs that you placed previously. So like you can see where we have the stairs, just place upside down ones going left of them. And then place quartz slab underneath every other block. Just like this, underneath every other block, like that. And that's perfect. That is a good bit of detail added to the fire station. But that's not all. there is a crest on the front of the fire station. If you locate the middle fire door, you know where the middle is because of course we have the glass, and you work your way up, you're looking to come to the blue part here. You want to count, once you reach the first light blue, 1, 2, right here, you want to place a light grey. 2 above, 1, 2, take the middle, left, right, so you have a plus. And we're going to place upside down quartz stairs facing outwards underneath in the corners, and regular sideways stairs in the top 2 crevices like this. Perfect. And that is the crest that I want you to have made. But that's not all. There's also a fair bit of detail just to the right here. On the very right hand side of the fire station, I want you to place a light blue concrete specifically on top of this right block here. Extend it towards you by 1, and then go upwards by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to go left by 3. 1, 2, 3. I want you to go up 1, left by 2. 1, 2. Go up 1, left by 2. 1, 2. I want you to go up 1, and then connect down like this. So you'll be able to see the shape that you have created. It's a little bit weird, but that's exactly what we want to have. So once you have this weird shape, we want to do a couple of things to it. Number 1, we want to place light grey concrete on top of it, like connecting in the corners, exactly how we did just to the left of us. It comes all the way up to the top like that. It's quite high. And then we want to add a window here. So first we're going to connect the bottom of the light blue shape together, just left to right like that. From this corner, we're going to place 1, 2, 3 light blue going right. Then we want to place glass on the last 2 blocks, and then extend upwards. And then we're going to fill the center of it in using light blue concrete. Nice. Now that that's done, all we have to do is add detail to the side here. So, detail to the side is quite easy. We want to add quartz stairs on the right side of this light grey block. And then we want to have sideways quartz stairs every time you have a jump. Meaning, every time the light grey concrete kind of jumps up a row, you just want to have a stair next to it. And you want to have quartz slabs on the rest of the light grey, also overhanging by 1 as well. You extend all of these blocks towards you. So, by towards you, I mean out of the front of the actual fire station. Like this. We're going to place sideways, upside down quartz stairs next to all of the quartz stairs that we just placed. And then we're going to simply have quartz slabs everywhere else that we haven't placed anything. So, just like that. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, whether you realise it or not, that's a decent portion of the fire station complete. Now, all I'm going to recommend doing now, before we move on to the next part, before we move around the rest of the building, is this right here is the main entrance. As a matter of fact, you can even place a dark oak door right here. Like, that's the main entrance to the fire station. That's the first entrance that you will find. And I want you to raise up the birch planks that we have here by 2 rows, so that they are as high as the door. Because that's a little bit important. Like that. I also want you to place a row of light blue concrete on top of this row of 3 birch. I want you to place 3 rows actually. 1, 2, 3. Extending forwards, just 1 row behind the door, like that. I want you to extend the light blue concrete to the left, only the last row, by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's important that it overhangs the left of the build by 1 row. Do that to all of the 3 rows, like this. Now, why have I done that? You might be wondering to yourself. Number 1, that looks way better. Number 2, That is going to better help us later on now when we build the rest of the fire station, which is, by the way, significantly easier than what we have just made. So well done, ladies and gentlemen, for reaching it this far, because we've done a hard part. Come all the way to the right side of your fire station. We want to take the bottom of the row of birch planks, and we want to place a row coming up next to it. We want to place a row of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go right of this birchwood plank by 11 using your blue concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Place a birchwood plank and then connect it down to the ground. Go right of the plank on the ground by 1. Then place a red concrete and go up by 2. 1, 2. Go right 2 and hit the ground. Place a birch plank or 2 going right of the red concrete that hit the ground, like this, and then raise the birch plank up until it is 1 higher than the blue concrete that you placed earlier. Extend the birch plank all the way over to the left like this, and then fill in around this area, around the door. This is an entrance. Fill it in using birch planks. Place a row of red concrete in front of the entrance that you created so that it sticks out, and then place a dark oak door in the middle. Next, we want to place a layer of red concrete directly behind the empty space that we have created. This is a large fire door that you can actually get a really large vehicle out of. And later on, we will be creating a wall with a space that is actually equal in length to it. Now that you have created this, I want you to... Next on the agenda, we're going to build the side of it a little bit more. I want you to take the blue concrete row that we have here, and I want you to extend it backwards to the right. And the blue concrete wants to overhang the back of the building by 1 row, similar to how it does on the front. We also want to build up the side of the building until it is as high as it is on the front. The back of the building is very, very similar to the front of the building, although there's less detail because there's no fire doors and there's not really any windows. Like this. You can even extend the quartz stairs backwards as well. And make sure that the quartz stairs overhang 1 row from the light blue. Reason being, of course, is because on the front it does the same thing. So once you have done that, and just to give you some context, that is the right side of the fire station pretty much complete. The back part of the fire station needs a little bit of work, but it's quite easy. So I want you to take the top of the light blue concrete here on the back, and I want you to extend it right by 3. 1, 2, 3. And then extend the light blue up 1, right by 2, up 1, right 2, and then up 1, and also extend down until you are able to connect to the left, right here, using your light blue concrete. We even want the same window that we have there. So you take this corner, extend it left by 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 rows of glass on top of these last 2 blocks. 1, 2. Same as the opposite side. Fill in around this area using light blue concrete, just as we did on the front. That's important to remember, it's the same shape. We also want to place the light grey concrete on top of this shape also. The light grey of course connects in the corners wherever it can. We also want to have the same quartz stairs and quartz slabs as well, just like we do on the front. I want you to make sure that they also overhang a row as well, just like it does on the front. We also have to add the upside down stairs going right of the regular stairs. with quartz slabs everywhere that you didn't place a stair. What else do we need to do? Well, what you can do is now move down a little bit, because that's that part of the firehouse complete for a little bit. We'll be doing the roof and stuff later. I want you to come all the way down to the bottom here. So what I want you to do on the back here is take the very bottom birchwood plank and extend it right by 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. On top of this 27th block, I want you to place 5 birch planks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on top of that, 8 light blue concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I then want you to go left by 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I want you to go down by 1, and then left by 2. Down 1, left 2, down 1, left 3. And then I want you to connect downwards. You only have to go as far as where the other light blue concrete is, as you can then extend to the right, and you should find that you connect on the same place as you did start. We then want to fill in the underneath part here using birch planks. The upper part we are going to completely fill in using light blue concrete. I couldn't find if there was that much detail on the back of the fire station. So when in doubt, I do nothing. So that if you watch the episodes religiously, if you know better than me, all you have to do is add in the correct details. However, to the best of my knowledge, this is what the back of the fire station looks like. I imagine that there might be some more windows. If you like, feel free to add them in wherever you like, and if you do know better than I do, add in what you know. But that's what we want to have for the back of the firehouse. We also want to have the layer of light grey concrete that sits directly on top of the light blue as well, like this. What's special about the large area is the light grey extends to the right by an additional 2 rows. What's also important is that we add all of the quartz stairs and the quartz slabs. Same method that we have on the front. Quartz stairs next to the jumps, quartz slabs everywhere else. And remember, they overhang by 1, not only to the side, but also coming out of the back as well. Like that. We're going to place upside down quartz stairs sideways next to the quartz stairs. And we're going to place quartz slabs everywhere that we haven't placed something. Just like that. Now, you can also connect to the front of the fire station now. So all you have to do is take the rows of the quartz slabs and extend them forwards. You should find that it connects perfectly. Like that. You can do the same thing on this side here if you like, where we place these quartz slabs. You can even connect the roof over this way. This side of the roof in particular is kind of interesting because, and I'll show you this once we've connected this, once you have connected that together, this side of the roof, once we have connected both sides of the roof together, you'll have this little part here that is visible. And what you want to do is you want to have a row of red concrete that is visible like this from the side of the fire station. So I want to show you because it's hard to explain otherwise. You want to have like a row of red concrete like this, and it wants to connect together at the bottom as well. So it goes all the way around like a really long rectangle. And then we want to have a layer of black stained glass pane in between the two layers like this. And that's just a feature of the fire station. That's all it is. Like, it's just a really cool little part that you might not have noticed or even thought about. But yeah, it's there. There's a really long window. Anyway, once you've done that, we're now to the back of the fire station. This is where we are again, okay? So what do I want you to do? On the back of the fire station, we're going to continue extending to the right a bit. We want to take this row of birch planks and we want to extend the bottom to the right by 1. And then towards us. Right by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can make this row 2 rows higher. Like that. And then we can connect the front of the fire station to the back of the fire station. However, here's the important thing. You can only connect the bottom birchwood planks together and the top birchwood planks together. Why is that, you might be asking? Well, there's windows. So on the side here, there's a couple of windows. If we start all the way from the left, we want to fill in 3 rows going right. 1, 2, 3. Place 2 rows of glass. 1, 2. And then we want to place 8 birch planks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 5 glass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then birch planks. And what you'll be left with is this. Now, what's important beyond this is that we can use our light blue concrete, and you can take the bottom row of light blue, extend it backwards, and extend around, and connect to the back part of the fire station. As a matter of fact, it doesn't wrap around like this, it wraps around like this and feeds like that. So, like, from the top, you can see, now this is kind of tricky, it goes around the birchwood planks, on the side, it comes all the way around the back, and then it connects to the side of the wall, like that. You can do the same with the top row of blue concrete. You can even fill the back part in using light blue concrete as well, like this. Where you have windows just below, you have the same windows in between the light blue concrete, so add all of the glass that you would have had on the row below. I then want you to place light blue concrete in between the 2 rows as well, so just to fill them in like this. Next, we have to add more detail. I know, detail. So, we have to connect this all together, this side to this side, left to right. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at the bottom here on the left towards the back of the firehouse. We want to take this light blue concrete and extend it right by 2. 1, 2. We want to place 2 glass. 1, 2. 2 blue. 1, 2. 2 glass. 1. Then 2. And then 5 light blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place a red concrete, up 2, right 2, down 2. Extend right using light blue, like that. Extend the door 1 row towards you, all of the red, like that. And we want to extend the glass upwards, each by 5. 1, oh, this is so tricky, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the same for these 2 glass as well, of course. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. We also want to connect the light grey concrete together at the top. So like just up here at the top, you can connect these 2 overhanging rows together, as that will kind of like give a better shape to the side. You then want to fill in between all of the windows using light blue concrete. As a matter of fact, it can come as high up as the light grey that we've just placed. So it will just slot in underneath the light grey, like just behind a little bit and just a little bit down. The rest of the roof is actually made out of light grey concrete. So that's why we don't want it to come all the way up to the top. That's why it just wants to sit snugly underneath the light grey like that. So from the outside, the effect that we're looking for should look very much like that. And that looks a bit of a mess at the moment, but that's what we have currently. I want you to connect the light blue concrete together. On the inside part, connect it all the way to the right, underneath the door and all of that. You may want to add something underneath these windows on the inside, so whether it's light grey concrete, black concrete, anything, any colour, whatever you want to do. You might just want to fill in underneath the windows like that, so they've got something underneath them on the inside. We also want to fill in the top of this using light grey concrete. This is quite a task though. It is quite a large area, but this is a platform that you can walk out on, so that's why we're filling it in. I want you to use red concrete now, and I want you to place 2 rows of red concrete. One on the back of the firehouse, that's 2 rows high, and one on the side of the front of the firehouse that is 2 rows high, like that. Now that's important because we want to take the red concrete and we want it to go all the way around the same path that the light blue concrete has went around. So everywhere that the light blue concrete has went, I want you to do the same using the red concrete, just like this. And we're going to place some black stained glass pane in between the light blue concrete and also the red concrete as well. So it's actually really cool. It's really modern. I love this build, by the way. It's really, really nice. And we just want to have something which should look like that. Now, there is a very easy detail that is very easy to forget, so that's why I'm doing it now. On the back part of the fire station, all the way over here, I'm going to quickly exchange the black glass for the white glass. And on top of this back corner block here, on top of the railings that we just created, I want you to place about 9 white glass pane on top of each other, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 8, 8, 9. 9? No. Yes, no. There we go. That's so hard to do. And then I want you to place a red concrete on top. And then I want you to upright diagonally place a red, then go right. And that's just a small flag. That's all that is. It's a very small little detail, but it is one that exists as a flag on the actual fire station. And I don't know, it's important to me for some reason, I don't know why, that I managed to get that right. Okay, more details that we have got to add around the place. So, we do have one large thing left to do, but I want to add a couple of small details whilst we're here. We need jungle leaves, both of the yellows, and signs. Very important stuff. In the corner, next to the entrance, I want you to place a 2-block high jungle leaf. Very small detail, but again, for whatever reason, it's very important to me. It's a detail that exists on the build. I'm a little weird like that. Out in front of all of the fire doors, I want you to dig in the ground and replace the grass in front of the fire doors using yellow concrete. Yellow concrete is the outer colour that we're going to be using. What I mean by outer colour is inside of this, because we're going to turn these into squares, we want to take the rows of yellow concrete and extend the left and right rows forwards by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we want to do this in a square motion. So we want to have a 5x5 layer of yellow concrete coming out from each one of the 3 fire doors. You might be thinking to yourself, we're also going to be doing this on the opposite side. You'd be wrong. There is no yellow marker, no yellow path out in front of the large fire door on the side. I don't know why, but there isn't. So that's what we want to have, 3 5x5 squares. The middle of the square, the interior colour is yellow terracotta. Just gives a nice contrast. That's all we're looking for. And for whatever, it just really does brighten up the area. I love the red, the yellow, the blue, the white. It's such a pleasing set of colours that go together. I really do love it. Like I say, very, very cool build. Even, I'm not, really into Fireman Sam. I'm a little bit old for Fireman Sam, but the building is awesome. I really like how it's turned out. And I hope that you guys do too. Anyway, now that you have done that, the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to add a cobblestone wall around the entire area. and grab cyan terracotta whilst you're at it. I cannot believe that, you know what, we've forgotten one of the most important materials, but I'll definitely include it in the item list. Later on, we're going to need loads of regular terracotta. I'm so stupid for forgetting it. Because it's literally like a big part of this build and I forgot it out of the inventory, but it will have been in the item list. Okay, so I want you to place a layer of cobblestone all the way around the grid. This is where the grid comes important, ladies and gentlemen. Instead of us having to painstakingly count out a very large area, we've got this grid. And we're just going to place cobblestone all the way around the outside of it. If you have not made this grid, sucks to be you, I guess. Because honestly, I mean, I can't tell you what area you'd have to leave if you don't have the grid. I'm so sorry. So once you have made the grid, I want you to do this in each one of the 4 corners. I want you to place a cobblestone inside the corner and delete the 3 cobblestone that will be on the outside. So we're rounding the shape of the grid. You want to do this on each one of the 4 corners. And once again, I'm so sorry if you've not made the grid because, well, otherwise you're just going to have to guess around all of these dimensions if you haven't made the grid. But I'm hoping you have. It shouldn't be too hard to kind of like just guess around the amount of space that you're going to leave. But this is what you want to have. Like, let's say you've not made the grid. I'm going to go really, really high up for you. That's about as much space as you want to leave around the fire station, like that. Now, once you've done that, I can show you the reason that we have the cyan terracotta. So, there are 2 breaks in the wall that we have created. Number 1, the break on the front of the build is equal in width to the yellow concrete that we placed on the ground earlier, and it lines up with the very right garage. And we're going to dig in the ground and replace this using cyan terracotta, like this. The other break I told you about earlier is the same width as the red door on the right of the build. And once again, we're going to dig into the ground and we're going to have cyan terracotta as well. Like that. Now, once you've done that, there are only 3 major things to make. We have to make a control tower. We have to fill in the roof, and we have to dig out all the grass and replace it using cyan terracotta. Control tower is first. Another material I forgot is stone slabs. I'm so bad at stone slabs. Okay, so these are the things that you're going to need to make the control tower. Alright guys, we need terracotta, stone slab, we need light grey concrete, and we need spruce slabs. Alright, these are the things that we need to make the control tower. Again, I'm sorry for not including them right here, but it will have been in the material list, I promise. Okay, these are the materials that we're going to make the control tower. You can come back. I don't even know how I managed to drop you. I'm so sorry, I miss you already, cyan terracotta. Okay, so the control tower, if you come to the front left corner of the build, yeah? You come to the front left corner, and you want to find this cobblestone. You want to count backwards. You want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 5th one. Right of this, you want to place a terracotta. And you want to go up on top of it by 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You want to move backwards by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then down by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You then want to move left by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And connect down. Now, we want to take the silhouette of this. What do I mean by silhouette? All of the terracotta, you want to extend this away by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can take all of that. All of it you can extend across. Because this building really isn't big enough that you're gonna ever want to go in it. It really is kind of like a little showpiece. You could make it work, however it's not worth the effort, trust me. So we just want to extend all of this across by 4. This building has a small amount of detail in it as well. There's a window, the roof is a little bit detailed, and there's also an entrance. that we're going to be making room for very shortly here. But we're extending across all the terracotta, and we are going to be filling in 2 sides. Yeah, 2 sides. I guess there is 3 sides. I was going to call myself a little bit silly because what other sides are there, but there are 2. So this right side, we want to fill in using terracotta. This is the side closest to the actual fire station itself. It is important to note, however, there is a small window on this side of the build, where the terracotta connects to, like, comes outwards. Like, you're looking for this terracotta. It should be quite easy to find. I can't really explain it very well. You want to move up and left. Destroy this block, 2 next to it. Destroy a row above. Place light grey concrete above that. Extend left and right, like that. You want to place a layer of light grey concrete all the way on top of this as well. So all the way at the top where we have this like square, this open square, extend it, place a row of light grey concrete around the top, and then fill the center of it in. We then want to place stone slabs around the top of this. So stone slabs going all the way around the top. This is a very small amount of detail. Quartz slabs would have worked as well, but not as good. We also want to fill in this side, the left side of this building. It wants to be completely filled in using terracotta. There isn't any detail on this particular part of the building, but feel free to, again, add windows and stuff wherever you feel free. This building is supposed to be used, however it's very small on the inside, so it's up to you how far you want to go. I want you to place stone slabs going all the way around on top of this part of the building that overhangs. Like this. It doesn't want to connect together on the inside either. It just wants to kind of look like a horseshoe. Now that has been done, the last little detail to be added to this building is an entrance. The entrance is right in the middle of this side, like the front. Dig out a 2-block space and place spruce wood planks left and right of the space and connect them together at the top using spruce wood slabs. This is the effect that it gives us. It gives us a very, very nice, I love how this looks. Again, I love how this looks. It gives us a very nice bit of detail to the side of the fire station. Now, there's only 2 things left to do, ladies and gents, and they're both really boring to do, but both very, very important. So, 2 things. And I'm not doing these on recording, by the way. Number 1, we have to dig out the entire floor. All the way around the inside of the fire station, we have to dig out the floor and replace it with cyan terracotta. The only place this isn't true is we want to leave a row of grass like this. I'll show you how. A row of grass going all the way around this left part of the building, like this, coming towards the back. And you know what? We'll even extend it across, kind of like that. Oh no. There we go. So we want to use cyan terracotta all the way around, except we want to leave a little bit of grass going all the way around the birchwood planks that we have just on the left side here. That's all you got to do. And the other bit of detail is we have to connect the roof together left to right. All you do is connect the light grey concretes front to back like this on both sides. So that side and that side. That's all you do. You connect the roofs together left to right using light grey concrete. Fill in the grass area using cyan terracotta. Once you've done all of that, ladies and gentlemen, I open the chat window. Whoops. It'll look a little something like this. This is what the entire fire station will look like once it's been 100% fully completed, ladies and gentlemen. And the only difference between what we were just looking at and what we have now is that we have filled in the ground, as you can see, and we have also filled in the roof too. And that is pretty much everything, ladies and gents. I do hope that you are happy with it, as I am. I really love this build. If you have made it all the way to the end, ladies and gentlemen, I'd really appreciate it if you could not only hit that like button, but also share this video with a friend. I would really appreciate it. Make it all the way to the end, share the video with a friend, as I always say. Not only that, if you do want to subscribe, click the little bell next to the subscription button, That'll ensure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And, of course, if you want to check out anything else by me, of which there is so much stuff. So much stuff. Check out the card system and the description below. I'd highly recommend the Cartoon Builds playlist for all sorts of stuff of all sorts of different variety. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gents. I appreciate you all so much. Goodbye.